Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And we are a bit early today because we have such a great podcast guest, live show guest, who will talk about podcasts. And welcome
Seen&Heard.
to ta-da!
Hello, Dad. Thank you so much for joining us today. Could you tell our audiences a bit about yourself?
Hello, good morning to everybody. My name is Thea and I'm podcast manager. I help business people, businesswomen. I work mostly with businesswomen to launch their podcast episode in 15 days. I also resolve all technical stuff and all technical problems what they have when they decide to make a podcast.
And there are many technical problems that we have. We already experienced all of them, probably, didn't we, Edita? So, could you explain a bit from your side? What are the most common technical problems when starting a podcast, and even later when podcasting is in more mature phase?
They have mostly some technical things about audio, about sound, and of course pictures. I mean video, because women mostly they don't know a lot about technology. Not only that they don't know, they don't like.
Let's just not be judging this way.
Okay, no, but let's face it,
Come on.
women, they don't like technology. They don't like it. Okay, so sometimes they ask me like very normal and regular question, and that is which video editor is the best, is the most simple. Because they also say, for example, I try to Google which video editor is the best, and I found so many informations. I found so many tutorials that I don't know from where to start. So please help me there. So that is the moment when I come in. So because I like technology, I like to research and explore more technology things, and that is what I do. That is my job. I have time. They don't have time. They have some other things. They need to take care of content, of audience, and they don't want to deal with video editor to fix their video, audio, or everything that is included in that way.
So you probably tell them the answer is, I am the most easiest editor there is for video. Just hire me for this.
Exactly.
Okay, so you are the one who deals with a bit tedious side of things for a lot of people. And I would guess that a lot of your clients are creatives who have that kind of, this is like the admin side of things, that kind of feeling when they see that.
Exactly like that. There are more creative people, there are more educators, and a podcast is not main thing in their business, and they don't have time to deal with that, but they have an excellent idea. They want to make a podcast with their ideas, with their I don't know, services, products, all kind of interesting topics, and they just have idea to make it real, but simply they don't want to deal with all those details, all those things that they need to do when they make a podcast. And that's why I want to help them to make that idea real, to take all those works, all those details on me, and to do that.
We have some audiences already. Samuel is saying Guten Morgen from Germany. Hello.
Guten Morgen.
Hope you're having a good morning.
Guten Morgen, Samuel. Wie geht's?
And Nella is saying, good morning. I love tech and no tool can intimidate me. Just wrote about it yesterday. She felt the pain I felt as well when you said that, as a woman
Oh.
who likes technology.
Even I felt that pain. It was really brutal. Yeah, come on.
Okay, but I met so many women who said, "Oh my God, technology, no," So I talk from that side, from that point of view. I like technology. A lot of women, they don't like it. So they're my perfect clients. Women who doesn't like no, sorry, don't like technology.
This is who we are inviting today. I hope that they
Mhm.
pressed play on LinkedIn. All right. You mentioned audio and video editing, but as Darko and I know, there's quite a few technical things that come into play as well.
Mhm.
What are the first steps that you take when somebody tells you, okay, I want a podcast, this is my idea, how can you help me set it up?
Okay, we are starting with some things because when somebody wants to make a podcast, on the beginning, she needs a plan. She needs a steps. She needs to think about what is the topic, what she wants to do with that, why, and the meaning of the podcast. Then a video podcast, audio podcast. That is also in the beginning very important thing. And then after that, we are talking about video editors, or on which way she wants to make that podcast, how she will do it, and then we are going. When we defined that, then we can. I can start with my work. I can then. She can film and make podcast, and then I go with technical stuffs, or sometimes when they need more help, more support, I'm here.
You said an interesting thing there. When they come towards you with the idea, actually with a lack of ideas, do you see it today as most of a trendy thing, high thing? Oh, I want to start a podcast, but I have no idea what I will do with it. I have no idea what I will record. So I just want to podcast. Do you see this as a problem, or do some people actually come to you with exact things they want?
I don't see that as a problem. Because sometimes I start with this. Sometimes when I want to make something, I'm also a little bit confused, like, oh, I want to do that, but I don't know how. And then I sit and I make plan. So when clients come to me, oh, I have idea to make a podcast, but I don't know how, and how can I do it? Then we start with those first steps, with those questions. What do you want to tell with that podcast, with that topic? To whom? And then a video podcast or audio podcast. When we talk about type of the podcast, I always like to say video podcast, because it is easy then to pull out audio. So we can make it the both video and audio podcast, basically.
We like
That
to
was the question. Okay.
we like to hear video podcast here in this
Yeah, Edita
show.
was
Of
too
course, of
enthusiastic
course.
about videos, so you were confused. From my experience, people usually, when you mention video, oh no, I don't want to be on video. Audio is okay, but even when they hear themselves on audio, that's not me. My microphone is faulty. I need a new one and stuff like that. How do you handle that?
I try to explain on the beginning that video is better. Okay, audio podcast, yes, okay. for the beginning, I can understand that somebody who never made any kind of the podcast, I can understand that audio is easier because you're more exposed on video, your face and everything. But I try to explain to my clients that video is better because for your audience, it is much better to connect your face with your sound. It is more like, how can I say that, like more warmer thing, when your audience can see you, how you talk, how you explain your mimics and everything else what goes with that. So I try always to explain that video is much better. If you want audio, yes, we can make it, but video podcasts are basically much better to do.
And there's a question that's very interesting for Darko and I, so I'll be selfish and ask that. We have a video podcast and we turn it into an audio podcast. And we don't have a lot of audio audience because people like to see us, and there's a lot of things that happen organically in a live show that maybe don't translate that well into audio. So how do you feel about that? Do you see that issue when you make an audio version, and what do you see as more popular these days?
Well, but these days, actually, video podcasts are more popular. That is basically fact. I think that audio podcast. Okay, some people, some audience wants audio podcast. Me personally, I'm like old school. I like audio. When I drive, for example, in my car, I listen radio because it is still like very still very normal for me. So audio podcasts are they're not popular as a video, but it is hard actually to say. I mean, live podcast, yes, it is hard to make it maybe audio, but for some records after that, definitely also I recommend video, but also audio.
So we shouldn't give up.
Yeah,
on
we should
audio.
just ditch the audio, from what I understood. Yeah. Okay.
Different conclusions.
You came to a different conclusion. Yeah.
Okay, we'll need to sit on that one a bit longer.
I thought it was easier. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just not make this audio, and no one is listening to it anyway. So, like, if you are listening to our audio podcast, just prove me otherwise. You will hear this and just jump from your seat and say, "I'm listening to your audio podcast, not your video."
Yes, please.
So we'll see
Please,
about
in the
this.
comments, tell us that we should save
Yes,
Spotify.
please do. So Edita can have her way, and we save the audio podcast. It still lives on. Okay, but Thea, let's move away from this hot topic, which is perhaps too hot for this morning. What do you say you're a podcast manager? What do podcast manager actually do? What is your job?
Podcast managers, in generally, they're how can I say it simple? Their connection between idea, creative part of the podcast, so idea and topics, and all those organizational and operation realization. So not basically that podcast managers do only technical stuffs. They do all those notes from the podcast. Sometimes, yes, they're calling guests, they're making questions, all those other things. I always like to talk about technology because I like this part of all that job mostly. The most, but it's not the only thing that podcast managers actually do. So basically, person who wants and need a podcast, she can make only she can have only idea. All those realization of that idea, that is something that podcast managers actually do in cooperation with a creator of the podcast. So not only technical stuffs, but I like it the most.
Yeah, maybe even not the exact idea. Like you said in the start, you help them with
Of course.
creating the details of that idea. And I want a podcast. I have no idea what I'll talk about or
Exactly.
just
Exactly.
who I'm talking about, but I want a
Exactly.
podcast. So you help with the topic of the podcast. You help them with the basic strategy, but it's still on them to say, okay, these are the topics that I want to talk about in this episode, and perhaps you find them interesting. People who they talk to, you edit their, of course they need to be on the podcast, or they need to at least talk on the podcast if it's audio podcast,
Of
and
course.
later you edit and publish also that
Yes,
podcast.
I also published a podcast on some particular platforms, streamers. That is also what I do. I write description notes. I do and make transcript. And if I often I don't do social media, like publishing on social media, but that is something also that I can do. So if a creator tells me, oh please, can you do it, can you do it for me? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can also publish on social media, but social medias in general are not my type of the work. Social media managers are the one who create content videos, and they're publishing that on social media.
So it's all service. They just need to show up and say, I want to talk about this.
Exactly. Yes.
What a wonderful thing. Why don't we have a podcast manager, Dita?
Why? Exactly. The question is why you don't
We
have.
love the hard life.
Oh, we love the problems, and yeah,
Not
uh,
problems, challenges.
yeah,
In
right,
modern world
challenges.
today, they say challenges, not problems.
Today we do not have any challenges with internet, with dying cameras, with I don't know what we
There's
didn't
still
have.
time. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we have just started. And speaking of that, Nana has joined. Morning, Nana.
I
Good morning, Nenad. We're waiting for your podcast about CRMs
Yeah,
and
yes,
HubSpot.
Oh, yeah.
So I bet
exactly.
he's
And if you
dying to.
still don't know how to start it, there is really a person who can help you. You're not working exclusively with women, do you, Thea? Or is it really
No,
just women you do? Oh,
of course not only with women. They're like maybe main clients are women, but I don't work exclusively with
yeah,
women.
but
Definitely
if
not.
a male person wants to start a podcast, you will not say no to them. No, I will not
Absolutely
work with
not.
you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
not.
And we have a QR code for free consultation that you offer. So people
Exactly.
can have a free consult with you about what exactly?
About okay, when I talk about my consultation, I like to say they're free because I had, for example, experience when my client said they booked my free consultation, and then they said, okay, I don't have money, I want to cancel a consultation. No, you don't need to cancel it, they're free. On consultation, we talk actually about those first things, first steps. What a client want, what client need, And also we need to meet each other. We know to get know a little bit better, like what do you want, what are your preferences about podcast, and I need to see if I really can help you, and how we can start. So mostly 20 minutes of free consultations are enough to see and to check what can we start our cooperation, and what should we do next. So definitely, I like to say that my free consultations are here, and you can normally book your appointment because it's free, and like, don't be afraid. We need to know each other.
So come and chat, just like we're chatting today.
Exactly.
Nothing bad will happen if you share your idea. It might actually come true.
Exactly.
And if you keep it to yourself, it's probably not going to happen. We all know that's true. So take the chance if you're thinking about it. I'll also put the link in the chat just in case someone's watching us on their phone and they don't want a screenshot to have a look at the QR code. All right. Oh, we have people scanning, so maybe you'll have a few chats today.
Maybe, who knows?
Do you normally have these chats in Croatian, or are you open to the international audiences?
For now, mostly work with people in Croatia, but I open for some international clients. Why not?
Great. Do you see any trends lately? What are the sort of ideas that come to you? What are the topics that you normally work with? Or is it very varied and the topics are all over the place?
Well, topics mostly are different and all over the place. It's not like some particular topics.
Is there something about food?
Well, yes, it might be.
Oh, there must be something about food, or food podcasts are really interesting.
I learned that you like food very much, Darko. I heard that.
We're waiting for his traveling food podcast. That's the project.
Food is not traveling, I'm traveling. Food is waiting for me.
Okay. Fair enough. The food can be static.
Yeah, I hate it when food travels, like with this mobile just that come to your house and they just deliver it to you. It's not really the food. It's something mashed in these containers and it's all mushy, and it's not food anymore. You need to enjoy food where it's made, like in a restaurant, and not like this. So no traveling food for me.
The passion is there. You have to you have to see it immediately. Well, if there aren't any topics that repeat and that are trendy at the moment that people could kind of recognize their ideas, what about the format? Because we do interviews, but we also talk to each other sometimes. But there's quite a few solo podcasts out there as well. Do you see any trends there? Do you think that there's an easier way to start, like solo or in interviews?
Absolutely, yes. And some clients they really think about podcast in that way. Usually, they say to me, "Okay, I would like to start with a solo podcast in some educational meaning." Educational type, and then later maybe I want some guests and some interviews. That is actually very often way how creators of the podcast, how they start with their podcast. First, easy going, like a solo podcast, and then interviews sometimes are like next level.
I would argue that it's easier. It's much easier to just blurb out the question and wait for the other person to talk whatever they want to talk about. So when you're in a solo podcast, you need to talk for around half an hour, and it's monologue. It's really you need to be prepared for this.
Yes, absolutely. But some experts who knows what they're talking about, who had idea of the podcast, they know all those first steps, what to talk about, to who is their own audience. They know what to say. So, but also if they for example have make a podcast on Zoom or a camera on the laptop, they can put notes above a camera, read, talk, and that's it. But
No, no, don't
definitely.
do that. Don't do that. No, 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 no.
No, I know, but you know,
You
when
will
you said,
sound like a robot, and you will look like I'm talking to you because I'm really want
well,
to
it
say
is
this, and
practice. It is practice, of course, that you will not make a podcast like this and read. It is a practice to make it. Your performance needs to be very normal and very natural. But what I'm trying to say, for the beginning, maybe it is easier way, because you have your topic and you know what to say about it. So some solo podcast, a lot of creators, a lot of my clients, they found it more easier and more simple to start with, and then later on, of course, interviews, guests, and next level.
no, okay. Basically, I thought of this mostly because people see themselves on camera and hear their voice is just too much for them. So they like, okay, let's go to the other person. So this looks more normal. And if they are themselves on camera for half an hour or even longer, it looks weird to them. So just to get used to the
I know.
camera and podcasts.
I know. One of my clients, they told me when I when I sent her a link to book appointment on my free consultation, internet was bad, and then at the end we talked on a cell phone, and she told me, okay, it is easier for me to talk on the phone than make a video call. So people are sometimes they're not very comfortable when they need to do video call, and podcast, it is even worse for them. So it is on the beginning actually a huge a challenge, a big challenge, only to be in front of camera and to make a solo podcast or interview. It is hard.
It's about the person as well, right? I
Of
think
course, also that.
that's a major point there. So that's part of the reason to have a conversation to see
Mm-hmm.
what would be most fitting for you, for your type of communication, and for the things, I think, for the things that you hate even more than the things that you love. Because if one of those things is coordinating with guests, for example, and preparing in that way, then perhaps, yeah, solo episodes where you have full control of the time and the topic might be a good start.
Mhm. Of course, but also it is point in the meaning. If you go a little bit out of the topic, it is a point that you need to go out of your comfort zone if you know why are you doing that. So you need to practice, and that's it.
For sure. That's the conclusion of most of our episodes. I
Of
say
course,
you need to be seen and heard. So
exactly.
how you deal with this part? Somebody has an idea, they have something to share, maybe they're an expert of many years, but they're terrified. Is there a psychological component to what you do, and how do you get them to actually say, okay, let's do it?
Again, let me repeat it. Practice. I like to give advice to my clients. Practice, because it is everything. If you are scared, if you are terrified, just simply make a first video for yourself. You don't need to publish it, but make it for yourself. Make 3, 4, 5 videos, 10, 20. It doesn't matter, but just practice, because maybe, and also don't wait for a perfect video. Just start. Just start with podcast, because if you wait on the beginning for some perfection, you will not make any kind of the podcast. So just simply do it, start, and with time, if you think it's not good, it's gonna be better and better.
Just
And you
do it.
work with, yeah, just do it. You work with your clients for a longer time, and do you see the shift as they progress with this practice of practicing? That they get better and better every time from the start when they have the first episode, and perhaps maybe.
And sometimes they disappear.
Okay. And then he showed up again. Okay. Yes, of course. Okay. Let me now give you an answer. Yes, of course.
I'm listening to you. I don't know.
Okay, good. Of course, it make a good progress because really it is a practice, and you need to if you're trying, if you're practice, and you're trying all over again, you need progress is here. That is for sure. And you can see it, and you can notice that. So they notice, I notice. So it is here. Yes.
We need to ask our audiences if they saw any progress with us.
Yeah, with technical, what we say, it's not problems, it's challenges. Do we have more technical challenges than the first few episodes, or don't we? Okay. Anyway, now there is a thing with podcasts. A thing people want to start them, and they just okay. Everyone has a podcast, so I need to have one. But there is, let's say, return of investment part where you actually should see if there is any additional advantage from you having a podcast or not. So, are there any analytics that your customers have that they can see? Okay, this is working. I'm more visible in my space. What are the advantages that they get from the podcast?
Absolutely. First thing, they need they're seen, because they become visible. But I think that okay, in some kind of the way, they can't start podcasting because everybody does that. You know, they need to know their own why. When I start my business, very important thing and very good advice that I got is, why are you doing this? And that is something that that everybody who are starting podcast, not only business but podcast and everything, they need to know their own why. They need to make first research about topics, about audience. For example, also on social media, on LinkedIn, on or any social media, when you write your posts, you can see are your audience are interested about that post, about that topics that you write. So why not that particular topic? Why don't make a podcast and make a topic in your podcast? You need to make some research, you need to make some analytics, you need to prepare. You know, you can't go and start with your podcasting. Why? Because everybody does that. No, I mean, they are popular. They're very good channel for your promotion to be seen and visible. But you need plan. You need to make first plan before you even start.
We've heard the statistics. I always forget the number, but I don't know, most podcasts don't go after
Millions, whatever statistic,
millions.
millions are
Yeah,
interesting.
millions of podcasts end before the 10th episode. Is that true? Have you had clients start and then give up because they didn't have this answer? They were just doing it for the sake of it, and they realized that it wasn't what they really want, or maybe they expected results sooner, so they went, no one's watching, I'm done.
Let me see. Let me think about it. Well, not exactly. Sometimes clients they start with like 3, 4 episodes per month, and they then make it a little bit more rare, like 2 episodes or something like that. Maybe they don't have more ideas, but I think that I didn't have clients who gave who after some episodes they gave up. No, I can't remember right now. No, no.
So,
But
so you are helping get over that step that is for podcasts from some statistics. There is 7 or 8 podcasts. Is either you are not going to make no more podcasts, or you will start just and make it perpetually. No, yeah, just making them.
for now, no.
It makes sense that somebody who hires assistants would have a higher chance of succeeding. So
Of
that's
course.
another reason to talk to you. So if you're very serious about it, and maybe you have that element of I can't disappoint my producer who's helped me so much,
And
maybe
they have
that's
somebody to cheer them on. Yeah, yeah, come on, next one.
Of
Yeah,
course, of
do
course.
another one.
Of course, but that is also next level. When somebody decide to hire producer, then that person is very serious about a podcast. If you're not serious, if you don't know how something like that will end, then you're by yourself, and you're trying on the beginning to do it by yourself. But in the moment when you realize, okay, it's gonna work, now let's outsource some things, technical stuffs. I need a person who will help me. So probably thanks to that, I didn't have clients who just simply gave up.
that's it.
So if you want to just start podcast, and you'll know that you won't just give up after a few episodes, go talk to Tea.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, I know that it's harder alone for sure. So I
It
think our
is.
podcast survived on the fact that there's 2 of us. So I think that's a good message to have. Find somebody to keep you accountable and to help you. It doesn't have to be so difficult.
Exactly.
We have another podcaster joining. Vishna is with us. She's saying, good
Vishna,
morning,
good morning.
podcasters. Good morning, fellow podcaster. We wonder if Vishna had some help from the start, and if delegating some things has kept her podcast alive. So let us know, Vishna, if that's true for you as well, and if it's harder to do it alone, or if that kind of creative freedom is easier for you, because I think we talked about there being kind of 2 approaches to this.
exactly. What I know most people think when they want to start a podcast is, oh, I need all that equipment. I need a studio microphone. I need a really great camera. What do you recommend people when they're starting a podcast, how they should prepare for it?
It is, of course, important to have a good microphone, good camera, but on the beginning, maybe if they don't have a good microphone or a camera, start with camera and microphone that you have right now. It is always after that a good moment to invest some money to get to have a better technology. But for the beginning, I like to say start with what you have. Is it a good camera on your cell phone? Okay, cell phone, well, more or less, but cell phones today are also very with good camera. But start with what you have, and then after that I can clean sound, I can make a better video, and it can be also very good. But just simply start. Just start, because if you will say, okay, I don't have a good microphone or video, that is excuse, and then you will never start. You need to start. I always like to say to my clients, start. Let's start, and let's make it then better.
So their first worry is actually just solve this. You don't need an additional investment. You can just start with what you have.
Of course, because laptops today, cell phones, they already have good enough, good camera enough to start with podcasts. Of course, that later you can invest, and it will be good to invest, because your podcast also goes on next level, on some upper level. So you need then to invest. But for the beginning, just simply for beginning, for first episode, just start, just do it.
Yeah, yeah. The Nike slogan always works. So yeah. And Vishnya said Vishnya had no help at the start, so she was all alone, and she did create until now. I don't know, Vishnya, how many? 300 episodes
A
of
lot
different
of
podcasts. So yeah, a lot of them. So be like Vishnya, and even without help, you can proceed with it. What would you say that some really good goals would be for someone who starts a podcast? Because I'd say people think, okay, I will have 1 million of viewers on the podcast, and all people will know me, and things like that. What is some realistic goals to go after when you start a podcast?
Okay, not million, maybe not million viewers. Everything
Not
depends.
for the first episode. Okay, half
Of
a million
course,
would be enough.
of
Yeah.
course, but definitely some. It depends because when you make podcast, when you make that first episode, first two episode, you need to sorry, how to say it? You need to make promotion. You need to promote your episode on your social media, everywhere, on your web, everywhere, and then you will get and you will be visible. I like to say it depends. It depends about clients. It depends about what they do, how many followers, how many people they have until the moment when they start with a podcast. Somebody can have I don't know hundreds or couple of hundreds of followers on their social media, and then when that person put a first episode of the podcast on that social media, of course it will be visible. So definitely it depends, but with first episode 1 million of followers only because they create first episode, I don't think so.
Also, it's not just us. People don't get 1 million for the
Yeah,
first episode normally.
Of course. I mean,
we
then
have a similar experience. So it was half a million is a realistic start to
half of a
Yeah.
million is fine.
expect.
Yeah, million not, but half of the million is.
Yeah.
I think it's really fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can
If
live
you're
with that.
really conservative, quarter of a million. Okay.
We have another comment. Vishnu is saying, yes, people should invest in hardware if they plan to do podcasts. It's 2025. 4K is becoming a standard. Good stuff for starting out is not even expensive anymore.
And we're now ashamed because on the top of our podcast says 720p. So we're what, in a 2005 still? We have
Vishnu
quite.
is sending us a personal message, I think, Darko. She's saying,
Yeah,
upgrade.
you need
I
to
can't
up
watch
the
anymore.
game. It's 225. You cannot. You need to be broadcasting in 4K, maybe even 8K. Why not?
Why not?
You silly people. I think this is this is something that happens when you get a lot of experience and you get to a certain level.
Mhm.
But I think it is important what you said before, to not have this as an excuse not to start.
Exactly.
And I think many cities today have podcasting studios for free, even, or for a small price. So if that's the start you want, it doesn't even have to be your equipment.
Mhm.
So that could be the answer for some people's issues if they don't have room and so forth. So I think all excuses can have answer to them if the reason is big enough, even if the person is really serious about starting something like
Exactly.
this.
Exactly. Because when you make that first episode and you have it's here, you can see what is wrong, what you can make better, and how you can continue. When you don't have first episode, you have everything in your head, and if you're overthinker, then it is bad. You will never start. So just simply go for it, as I said, and just start with that. You will then you will make it better and better with episodes, better and better.
Yes, and Edita mentioned these podcast studio. They are popping up everywhere, from what I see.
Mhm.
What would you say to someone who wants to start interview type podcast? Would they really need to be in the studio with a guest, which I think most people think it needs to be, and they have problems to be in the same place with the interview guest because maybe they are in another town and it's not really convenient for them? Or can they start with remote podcasts like this one? Like, so
I
we are
wanted
in
to
a
say, I
different
mean,
part of
this.
the world.
Definitely. I mean, if people want studio, who am I to say no? It is good, but on the beginning, when they're starting, it doesn't need to be a studio. It is much easier to do it on this way, and it is good enough, not good enough, it is actually very, very good. So it doesn't need to be a studio. I would say my personal opinion is that studio is for the next level, for some upper levels of the podcast, but not on the beginning. It might be, of course, but it doesn't need to be on the beginning. So this is something also that is really, really good. So another excuse: no, don't start with studio, because you will never start.
Edita, we've been beaten to pulp today because we're not even having a full HD quality, and we are now, well, beginner as we're doing remote interviews. Okay, we need to up the game next and create a really studio space where we'll invite the
Okay.
guests.
Okay, good. But today, I mean, don't get me wrong. Today, my focus and what I like to talk about is for all those women in first place, but for all people who need to start, who need just to start making podcasts. For those who wants to start with first episode. So what I'm trying to say: don't be afraid, don't make excuse, just go for it. Of course, that studio and more professional podcasts are very, very good for people who are long in that. But for the beginning, just go for it. Just start with what you have, and you will make it even better and better and better.
And the
Yeah,
beginning is the first 5 years, right?
and we're still in the
Right?
beginning, and it will
Well,
get better.
yes, yes. Let's say first 5 years.
Next step is a studio in France, somewhere
Of
halfway,
course,
Yes,
of
with
yes.
course.
food and
With all the food and drinks
wine,
Absolutely.
and
Nothing
yeah,
without food.
everything. And every guest that we have will just fly over to the France and be with us for a couple of days.
Oh,
So we
yes.
create a podcast episode. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. I would like to
Then we
visit.
will be an established podcast. Okay.
yes. They'll also get an English lesson in France and their portrait photos. So we'll make it a whole thing, and I'll get the mug at the end. The merch is there.
Yes,
We
Yeah.
have the merch. Taya,
of
at which
course.
You.
point do people get merch? Have we
Yeah.
upgraded?
Good, good, good.
What do you say the importance of well, not maybe not merch, but having a distinct logo for the podcast and to have well, let's say most of the announcements for the podcast episodes are like thumbnails, so to have them really worked out. What is the importance of that regarding the visibility, but also to attract new people to actually start listening or seeing the podcast?
Uh, the most important, of course, thing are social media. Today, everybody are on social media. So, from some point of the text version of the podcast, transcripts are very, very important, because from the transcripts, then and notes from the podcast, then you can make everything. You can make people more interested to try to listen podcast. Then, of course, short tumbles, short videos also are important. So with the most important parts of the podcast, definitely, and of course some blog websites. That is something that you need to do promotion of your podcast, and on a different channel, on the different sites, people can see you, and you can be visible, and you can make them to listen your podcast.
Okay, so it should be new episodes should be announced on social media and
Absolutely,
blogs.
absolutely.
Are there any more advice on how people should approach this? Should they announce it a couple of days before, or only once the episode goes out? How should they approach this?
Absolutely, a couple of days ago, or in the moment, even during the all this progress of making podcasts, it is also very good for podcast creator to make announcements, and to be in connection with their own audience. It is very actually interesting when you, for example, on social media, when or let's take a LinkedIn for example. You can write posts. You can write posts with idea. Okay, when you're real, you make your idea in progress. Okay, post like for example. Okay, something good is happening. We are making podcast. Follow me for more. And when you get on some level, then also you can write about it. So in the moment when you publish that podcast, people will know, and they will wait, like, okay, I can't wait, she or he wrote about podcast, let's hear, I can't wait to see that. So not only a couple of days ago before publishing, in all that progress, in all that time and period when you are making podcast, some things, okay, you can't talk about everything, you can say the main thing, because people then will know, but in the meaning that you need to keep audience on some level of how to say, I forgot the word, to make more curious, and to can't wait what how that podcast will look like. So because today on social media, content is just going, all those posts, they're going and they're just passing. You know, it's not enough one day to make a post. Okay, tomorrow we will publish our podcast. No, it's definitely not enough. So definitely recommend that it need to be a progress, and that you can write posts and publishing all those interesting informations.
Okay, thank you for that advice. Yeah, I'm sure some of our audience has some additional questions, so I'm asking them to post this in comments because we are approaching the end of today's show, live
Yeah.
show episode of a podcast, or whatever you want. Would you call this a podcast or a live show? Yeah,
No
we
one
think the
knows.
same. I don't know how to put this.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
live show, but podcast live show.
We're
Let's say it like
Podcast.
this.
We just created a crossover that no one has. Great. People can contact you via this free consultation, and they can find you also where exactly? Where do
Okay,
accept this podcast? Accept this consultation. Where can they find you?
let's be honest. I want to talk honestly. I don't like social media. That
Okay.
that is the fact. That is true. But I like LinkedIn very much. So they can find me on LinkedIn as well. And there also you can find all those informations about consultation, about my email, and they can contact me.
So this is the link, this one, and you really need to click it and find whatever it is. And for all of you who have no idea how this works, you just point your mobile phone camera to this part, and it will show you a link, and you click on that link, and it will open the page with all your information. While we still wait for our audience to have some questions, could you do you think that we missed something that our audience could have some interest in or could have some help with?
I'm thinking.
Or we talk about everything there is about podcasts?
More or less, I think that we talked about everything.
It seems to be that whoever is still listening and watching us think the same because they have no question.
That's good. That's good. They heard and
That's
they
good.
learned everything. They got
Yeah.
all information. So, yeah.
They get all information, and your consultation calendar will be full.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Tea, for being here and explaining us the wonderful world of podcasts and how to start one.
Thank you for your invitation and for having me here. It was definitely my pleasure to be here.
It was lovely to have you. And thank you to everyone in the comments, both
Yeah.
those that still don't have a podcast and those that do and want to go to the next level. Us including. We made notes. We will get better. We promise.
Yeah. All our challenges will be solved eventually. Thank you and
You're very
goodbye
good.
to all.